Did you know that for decades, doctors warned us to eat no more than 3 eggs per week? Many of us grew up believing that eggs were basically heart attacks waiting to happen. But here's the shocking truth. That advice was based on incomplete science, and we now know the real story is far more complicated and actually much more encouraging for egg lovers. I'm here today to give you the complete medical perspective on eggs, cholesterol, and how many you can actually eat safely. Whether you're someone who loves a daily omelet, or you've been avoiding eggs out of fear, this video will change how you think about one of nature's most perfect foods. Let's start with why eggs got such a bad reputation in the first place. Back in the 1970s and 80s, researchers noticed a connection between dietary cholesterol and heart disease. Eggs are high in cholesterol, with one large egg containing about 186 milligrams. The American Heart Association at the time recommended limiting cholesterol intake to 300 milligrams per day, which meant eggs were immediately put on the naughty list. But here's what those early studies missed. Dietary cholesterol and blood cholesterol are not the same thing. When you eat cholesterol, your body doesn't just directly absorb it into your bloodstream. Your liver is incredibly smart. It regulates cholesterol production based on what you're eating. When you consume more cholesterol from food, your liver actually produces less to compensate. It's like a thermostat that keeps your internal environment balanced. The real culprits behind high blood cholesterol and heart disease? Saturated fats, trans fats, and refined carbohydrates. These are the dietary factors that truly drive up your bad cholesterol levels and increase cardiovascular risk. Eggs do contain some saturated fat, about 1.5 grams per egg, but it's relatively minimal compared to other animal products. Now let's talk about what eggs actually contain, because they're genuinely nutritional powerhouses. One large egg gives you about 6 grams of high-quality protein with all 9 essential amino acids. This makes eggs one of the most complete protein sources available. They're packed with vitamins including B12, which is crucial for nerve function and DNA synthesis, riboflavin for energy metabolism, and vitamin D, which many people are deficient in. Eggs are also rich in choline, a nutrient that most people don't get enough of. Choline is essential for brain health, liver function, and even fetal development during pregnancy. One egg provides about 147 milligrams of choline, which is a significant portion of your daily needs. Then there are the antioxidants lutein and zeaxanthin, which accumulate in your retina and protect against age-related macular degeneration and cataracts. These antioxidants are actually better absorbed from eggs than from plant sources because of the fat content in the yolk. So with all these benefits, how many eggs can you actually eat? This is where the answer becomes personalized, because it depends on your individual health status. For healthy adults with normal cholesterol levels and no heart disease, the current scientific consensus is that eating 1 to 3 eggs per day is perfectly safe. Multiple large studies have confirmed this. A 2018 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 400,000 people and found no association between eating up to 1 egg per day and heart disease risk in healthy individuals. Some research even suggests benefits. A study from China involving nearly 500,000 people found that those who ate an egg daily had an 18% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who avoided eggs. Another study showed that eating eggs for breakfast, compared to a bagel breakfast with the same calories, led to greater weight loss and reduced waist circumference. Now, if you're someone with diabetes, the picture is a bit different and requires more caution. Some studies have shown that people with type 2 diabetes who eat more eggs may have an increased risk of heart disease. If you have diabetes, it's generally recommended to limit egg consumption to about 3 to 4 per week, though this should be discussed with your healthcare provider based on your specific situation. For people with existing heart disease or very high cholesterol, moderation is also key. You might want to limit yourself to 3 or 4 eggs per week, or consider eating more egg whites, which contain protein without the cholesterol found in yolks. However, remember that the yolk is where most of the nutrients live, so you don't want to discard it entirely without good reason. What about people trying to build muscle or athletes? This is where eggs really shine. Because of their complete amino acid profile and high bioavailability, eggs are excellent for muscle recovery and growth. Bodybuilders and athletes often eat multiple eggs daily without issues. Some consume 6 or even more eggs per day as part of their high-protein diet. The key is ensuring the rest of your diet is balanced and you're monitoring your overall health markers. For pregnant women, eggs are generally beneficial due to their choline content, which supports fetal brain development. However, they must be fully cooked to avoid the risk of salmonella. The same goes for young children and elderly individuals who should always consume fully cooked eggs. Now let's address some important nuances about how you prepare your eggs, because this matters tremendously. A poached or boiled egg is very different nutritionally from an egg fried in butter or made into a cheese omelet. When you fry eggs in excessive oil or butter, you're adding significant amounts of saturated fat and calories. When you pair eggs with processed meats like bacon or sausage, you're introducing other risk factors for heart disease. The healthiest preparation methods are boiling, poaching, or scrambling with minimal added fat. You can use a small amount of olive oil or cook them in a non-stick pan. Pairing eggs with vegetables like spinach, tomatoes, or peppers multiplies the nutritional benefits and adds fiber, which eggs lack. It's also worth mentioning that not all eggs are created equal. Eggs from pasture-raised chickens tend to have higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins A and E compared to conventional eggs. While they're more expensive, if you're eating eggs regularly, the nutritional upgrade might be worth considering. Let's also bust another myth, the idea that egg whites are healthier than whole eggs. While egg whites are pure protein with no fat or cholesterol, you miss out on virtually all the vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds when you discard the yolk. Unless you have a specific medical reason to avoid dietary cholesterol, eating the whole egg gives you far more nutritional value. Here's another consideration: eggs and overall dietary pattern. If your diet is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, and you exercise regularly, eating 1 to 2 eggs daily fits perfectly into a heart-healthy lifestyle. But if your diet is already high in saturated fats from red meat, processed foods, and you're sedentary, adding multiple eggs daily might not be the best choice. The bottom line is this: for most healthy people, eating 1 to 3 eggs per day is not only safe, but beneficial. Eggs provide exceptional nutrition for relatively few calories, about 70 calories per large egg. They keep you full, support muscle health, protect your eyes and brain, and despite their cholesterol content, they don't significantly raise heart disease risk in healthy individuals when consumed as part of a balanced diet. However, individual health conditions matter. If you have diabetes, heart disease, or familial hypercholesterolemia, a genetic condition causing very high cholesterol, you should work with your doctor to determine the right amount for you. My recommendation? Listen to your body and monitor your health markers. If you love eggs and want to eat them daily, get your cholesterol checked regularly. See how your body responds. Most people will find they can enjoy eggs without any negative effects. Remember, nutrition is never about one single food. It's about your overall dietary pattern, your lifestyle, your genetics, and your individual health status. Eggs can absolutely be part of a healthy diet for most people, and the outdated fear around them has largely been debunked by modern science. So go ahead and enjoy that omelet or those scrambled eggs. Your body will thank you for the high-quality protein and nutrients. Just keep it balanced, prepare them healthily, and pay attention to what the rest of your diet looks like. That's the real key to optimal health.